system. So always do 30 minutes. I'll go ahead and start our timer. Without wasting much time, let's go straight into our today. In the previous lecture, we stopped at the level whereby someone could be able, or the super administrator could be able, log in and also prove the orders. That is the level where we stopped at. They could be able to do what? To approve the bookings or change the status of the booking. And also on the other side, we update the status of the room, whether it is now vacant or it is occupied. For example, if I come here, I come and go ahead and say update this. I go and change its status maybe to active, and I say maybe the person will spend there like say 10 days. So it will go ahead and build the person. It will go ahead and build the person, and after building the person, it will also calculate the date when someone will expect to leave that room. And also we shall go ahead and update the room and show how it is now occupied, and that cannot be able now to be used again, so until it is vacant. So that's what we were able to do in the previous lecture. So now let's go ahead and proceed with this lecture. Now in this lecture, we're going to go back to the front side and start doing the final touches, and we start doing the final touches of this landing page. After doing the final touches of the landing page, I'll come and do the final touches of the menu. And after doing the final touches of the menu, we shall do the final touches of the rest of pages, and then we go back to the dashboard and finalize the project from the dashboard. So that's what we're going to do. So let's resume, and now we're going to begin doing the final touches from here. So as you know, these sliders are not coming from our database, right? So what we're going to do right now, we're going to work on the logic of making sure that these sliders are coming from the what? From the database itself. However, we can get more ideas from this template. You see, we still have a full template here, which is in the code that I shared with you in the HotelPro stroke template stroke Hotel2. This template comes with what I shared with you. So you can get more ideas of the home pages here. For example, here you can get more idea of how a home page can look like. You have another layout, right? You have this kind of layout, and then you have another again layout. You have like 4 different kinds of layouts. So I think we should go with what we have, only that we should now master it to see that it is functioning from top up to bottom. All right, so let's begin. So we're going to begin by working with this slider. We're going to begin by working with this slider. So this slider is having the text, and we're going to make it dynamic in a way that it should be coming from our database. So anytime we want to change it, we should be able to do what? To change it. So let's begin. I think some things we may just look at their structure. We may just look at their structure and just use one model, not repeat ourselves. For example, we can say this can be some kind of a what? Of a room. Okay, this is some kind of what should I call it? It should be all right, let's call it a post. Okay, let's call it a post, and then we shall be changing the post types. Yes, I think I get an idea. So all these things we can call them posts. However, these can be, for example, post of a type of a slider. This can be a post, for example, now this can be the post of a type of service. Okay, service can be, for example, the news section. You see here we have the news. All right. So I think we can just make everything that has a picture and action and some kind of metadata. We can make it to be a what? To be a post, and then we'll be just changing the post type. So we can say maybe this post is of a type of a slider, a home slider. Then we just do it once, and then we just make it just to be showing on the slider in the news. So if it is a news, we also do the same. Like this is the news, the type of news, and then you put the style in the what? We'll be showing it in the news section. So that much said, let's go ahead and create something called a post. So that post, we are going just simply to do what? We're going just simply to we're going to just simply give it the photo. We give it a photo, we give it a title, we give it a subtitle, we give it an action link, and what else should we give it? I think we can give it, let's come to the news post. For example, let's go to the news post and see what you can give a post. A post we can give it. Let me see. I think that's it. I think that can be enough. Maybe we can give maybe more information, like maybe like details, etc. We can do that, right? So let's go ahead and do what I've just said. So let's go ahead. So this will just help us not repeat ourselves, okay? It will help us not to repeat ourselves. So let's go ahead and do that. However, you can do them separately. So let's go ahead and do that. I think we should do them separately to make the system better. Let's do them separately, then we shall reuse the code where necessary. I'm just there between. I don't know whether I should do them separately or we should just do them once. I think we should do them once and then put the logic of showing what should show in what section. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'll go to a project and then let's create a new screen, and then we determine what it's going to have in our post. So our post is going to have, of course, an ID. It will have an ID. It will have an ID. It will have someone who created it. Created by. Then it will have created at the time when it was created, and maybe that can be enough. Maybe we can also put maybe updated at, or this can be enough. Created at. All right. So after doing so, we go ahead and give it. We go ahead and give it the title, and give it description, and give it detail, and give it maybe action link. That should be like what action should show, and give it a photo or what you call thumbnail, and give it maybe photos. Sometimes we may need like photos of a service. What else shall we need? Let me see. If we come here to our template and then, for example, go to service, I see service has a photo. It has the title, the description, and then the what? Other related services. Yeah, nothing much. And then we have this. Maybe this can be FAQs. These FAQs we can do them later. Yeah, so yeah, that's it about the service. So service is just like a news post. So if we go to a news post, let's look at the news, how it looks like. So a single news page just has the title, the date was created, the person who created it, and then the related news, the category of the related news, the latest news, and then he'll have the archives, then the content of the news, the content of the news, the person who created the news, right? Yep, I think that's it about the news. So there's no magic there. All right. Yeah, so there's no magic there. All right, so let's proceed. Let us proceed. Let us proceed. So we can give, for example, photos, and then we can give maybe meta 1 and meta 2 and meta 3. So this can be like, in case someone wants to put maybe much more details, in case you want to play with much more details. All right. Yeah, so yeah, that's it. Maybe lastly, we can give maybe category. Categories can be just some kind of type of real typing, and then lastly we can put here maybe the type of this post. Is it a news post, or it is whatever, a news post, or it is a service, or it is a slider, something like that. All right, so Yeah, so after doing so, however, if you observe carefully, you'll see that literally what you have here, they're just like services, but they're just showing in the slider. Okay, we can just put their sliders only. All right, so let's proceed now. Let's proceed and go ahead and create what we call a post. So let's go ahead and create our table called post in the database. So I'll just simply come to our database. So I'll come to localhost PHP admin, and then I go to what? I go to HotelPro. This one over here. And then after, we're going to create a table that we're going to call. We're going to create a table that we shall call post. So I'll come here and say create new table. So I can add maybe more columns, and then create new table. I call it posts. Then after, I go ahead and put here the fields to put in that post. So let's go ahead and do that. So to do that, I'll just simply come here on top. So this is the posts. I'll come on top there, and then go ahead and give an ID. I can make it incrementing, and it's not going to be null, it's going to be a primary key. So after doing so, we proceed and remove this. So created by, this will be like an ID of a person who created the post. So created by, it's going to be an integer since the person is an ID, right? So after doing so, I make it nullable. Okay, we may not make it nullable. Let's proceed. Let's go ahead and put the created at. So the time when you created this one can be a variable character, or it can be a date and time. Let's make it just a variable character of 20. All right, the time when it was created. Let's go ahead and put also the date, the title of this post. So you can just simply put the title, and then put here you put there what? You put there the text should be text, and it should be nullable, right? So you proceed, you put there the type of make it variable character, and make it 25, and make it maybe nullable. All right, the type of a post. After doing so, you go ahead and put the category. Category shall just make it free this time. Someone should be typing there the category if they want to. So I'll go ahead and put maybe category to be text, and make it nullable. All right, so after doing so, you proceed to the description. The description will be the short description that you give this news post, or you give this post, make it nullable also, and then we go ahead and put the details. So the details are going to be also a plain text, and we make it also nullable. So after doing so, go ahead and put an action link. Action link can also be a text, make it nullable as well, and we proceed, and then we go ahead and add the photo, and then the photo will also be nullable text, that is going to be nullable. Let's add some more columns. Let's go ahead and add some more columns. Let's add some more columns. Good. So we go ahead and add photos. Put here photos, make it text, and make it nullable, and then go ahead and put some meta like the details, give it text, and make it also nullable, and then also give also maybe meta 2, make it text, and also make it nullable. Then lastly, meta 3, make it text, make it text, and make it also nullable. Can also put maybe meta 4, just in case you want to design something much more better. All right, so that's it. That's it. That is it. That is it. That is it. We proceed. We proceed. We proceed. We proceed. We proceed. Let's go ahead and submit this. So I submit. It is now, our table has now been created. So if I come here, I'll be able to see our table of posts. So now let's go back now to the news. Let's go back now to the dashboard of the administrator. So I'll go back to my administrator dashboard here and the dashboard, and then you should see that this news is going to be, it's going to be much more of this room. Okay, so what we're going to do, because it also has a gallery, it also has a what, the main photo, something like that. So what you're going to do, we're just going to duplicate this room file, and then it's the one that you're going to use for what, for our post. I think that will help us and will save us a lot. All right, so let's go ahead and create the posts. So it's going to be under administrator and administrator. It's going to mimic the rooms create. So let's go ahead and first duplicate the rooms section, this one here. Let's duplicate it and we call it a post. So let's go and do that. So I'll come here to our rooms list. Don't worry about this design. We shall get time and make sure that everything looks much more good compared to this plain thing. So let's go ahead and copy our room here, a room list, and come and search it here. So this is admin rooms. We're going to duplicate it and do what we call admin posts. Copy, paste, come and rename it admin posts. I've just copied admin rooms, right? So I'm making what we call admin posts, and then I'll go ahead and change where there is rooms. The text section page is going to be so I come here, the section page, I'm going to call it what? I'm going to call it posts, and this one I'll call it post list, like this. So if I come and save and come and refresh, I will not save anything of course, because I've not added it to the menu. So I'll come here and copy the name of the file, admin posts, and then come to our what, and then come to our posts, okay, and then come to our admin dashboard, our admin what, admin header. I think that, yeah, that's what it is. So come to where there is rooms and just duplicate that here, where we are checking if someone is a what, is administrator. So you have to make sure that you're checking if someone is administrator before we display something. So let me go ahead and duplicate this and call this one what, and call this one admin posts, and then after come and put this one admin posts, and then also come and put a link of admin posts. So I'm going to check if it's an active menu of admin posts, and then I go ahead and do it and display it. So all right, so let's go ahead and proceed. So come and refresh. I see that we're having admin posts. I can click there and be in the admin posts. I click there, I've been in admin rooms. So let's go ahead and now create the post create screen. All right, so the post create screen is going to be much more like admin room create. All right, admin room create. So let me go ahead and open the file of admin room create, this one here. So I'm just going to duplicate it. So I'll just copy and paste, and then come and rename this one to be admin posts create. Okay, so it should be like on top of admin posts. So admin posts create, I'm going to add it on our menu. So by putting there, save, come to our menu, our header, and then come and duplicate this guy and call it admin posts. All right, Sorry, I'm not supposed to put in the header. Sorry. I'm not supposed to put in the slider. Sorry, in the sidebar. I have to come here to admin rooms, admin post, and then go to where they will have a create button, right? This one here. This one here, create new room. Create new room. Where is it? Admin post. It is here. Create new room. So where there is this, we're going to replace it with this. So I'll just go ahead and replace with admin rooms, admin posts create. So I'll just here come and say create new post like this. So I save, I come and refresh, we shall have a button there. So I can go ahead and say create new post, and then you shall see here it is in the form of admin posts create. So let's go that method. Let's go to that file and then we work with it. So I'll just simply come to our file, press Ctrl P, come to a file, it is there, and then after I go ahead and say where the section is not room, what's going to be called, it's going to be called not rooms, that's going to call it it's going to be called admin posts. Posts, not admin posts. Just let's call it posts. And then the page title should be create new post. And then this one, the link, of course, it is admin posts create link. This one here. Yeah, so that's it. So I save, come and refresh here. Everything is beautiful, right? Everything is beautiful. So now we're going to realign, we're going to organize and make this one to appear like the one that we want to have, okay, that I can accommodate a post filter, a post features. So let's go ahead and do that. So what I'll do, I'll just simply come and copy what we exactly have in our table, right? So I'll just simply come here and copy what we have exactly in our table. So I'll click on the posts table and then come and copy the titles here. Let me copy these guys. So after copying them, I'll come now to our post there. Here, where there's create new post, and then just simply put this. Alright, so we're going to check one by one. Okay, well, as we always do, let's first begin by organizing them. Okay, so let's come here, let's create just a new page and paste these things here and start organizing them. Okay, so I can search just for this space, for this empty space, Ctrl F, and then Alt and Enter. Alt, hold it and press Enter, and then I press Enter to remove those. So the ID, it is already okay, it's already catered for. This will come later. Let me put those that will come later, let me put them a star on them. This one will come later. Created that will come later. Created that will come later. The title, we need it, so I think the title can come here, and then we're followed by the type, and then followed by the category. So I can have here the title, the type, and then the category. So let's do that. So that one will come here. That makes our first row. And then the second row, we're going to have the description and then the details. So you can have here one side description and another side details. No, maybe before description we begin with photos. So you can have here our photos, just like the way it is here. Our photo, our main photo, then main photo, followed by the gallery, which we are going to call photos. All right. So after doing that, we're going to have photos. After doing photos, then we're going to have the description and then the details. Those will also be 2 on the line. Then after, we shall have our action link, which will be 1, and then we shall have these 4 the metas as following ones. I don't know, maybe we can do 2 2. We can see, can either do 2 2 2, or we can do 4 of them on the same line. So let's see what we've come up with, right? Let's see what now let's now start organizing. Let's start now implementing. So as we've said, we're going to begin with the title here. So I'll just simply come to our project, which is this one here, create admin post create, that is the file, and come where there is room name, and change that one to title. Room name, this one here. Okay, I search for room name, and then I'm going to change this one to be title. So it's going to be title, and the name is going to be title. Make sure that you update that name, and then put the name here to be title. So this is going to be post, not the room. You can put their post, for example. However, that is the naming. You can use any name that you want. I would have used item, but I think I skipped a step. All right, so that's it. So that is title. So if I come and refresh here, you'll see that we have a title there. All right, a place where someone can enter the title, and it is mandatory. So I'm going to divide this into 2. I'm going to divide this one into 2, whereby we're going to have the category and the what, and the category, the type and the category. So the type of a post, so let's make this one to be 3. So I remove 3 here, I put it here, so they can be 3 here, so they can balance those 2. So if I come and refresh, I'll have 3 here, of course. So I'm going to change this one. I'm going to change this one from room category. I'm going to change it to post type. Post type. Okay. So here it's going to be type, and then it's going to be required, and then you're going to have here type. Make sure that you update this one and change this one, of course, from room to post. And then I'm going to put here the types that we may have. So you may have, it can be a news post. Okay, so let's put here news, or let's put in capital letters, for example, news, and call this one to be news what? News post. All right, so it can be news, it can be a service, it can be services, it can follow under service, so it can be service post. So what else can it be? It can be a what? Let's look at this at our landing page. So we have, it can be a slider. I've just forgotten that. It can be a slider, and make this one to be what we call home slider post. It can be a slider. What else can it be? It can be a slider. It can be, let's see, let's go to home and see. Come to home. It can be a what? It can be a post. It can be a new section. It can be a slider. It can be, how should we call these ones? I think these ones shall put them in the configuration file. The configuration table. It can be a service. We've already put that one. it can be a what? A review. Should we make also a review to be able to be changed? All right, it can be a service, it can be a facility. Let's call this one a facility. It can be a facility. Yep, it can be a review. Yes. All right, let's put all that. It can be a facility. It can be a facility. It can be what did you say? It can be a facility, it can be a review, and then what else can it be? It can be a review. I think that can be enough to start with. That can be enough to start with. However, if you get more ideas, we can come and add more. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and save this, and then we see. If I come and refresh here, we have that. So you can be able to select whether it is a news post or it is a slider photo on top, etc. All right. So after, we're going to put here the room the room price. I mean, sorry, the category. Okay. Let's go ahead and put the category. So you come here and put category, and make this one to be category, and make this one to be a text, of course. Yep. And then make sure that you update this one as well. Yep. So that is fine. That is very, very fine. So if I come and refresh, you see have their category. Category can make it optional. Some things we may not need to categorize them. So let's make it optional. Let me remove required. So let's refresh. Everything is beautiful. Let's say attribute, we must pass attribute. All right, let's just pass an empty attribute, and should not show required. Okay, so that's it. That's it for today. Now in the next lecture, we shall begin by mastering and finalizing this form, so that we can be able to have this homepage or landing page complete, that is based on dynamic data. So see you in tomorrow's lecture. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Thank you for being there. So in tomorrow's lecture, we shall go ahead and finish uploading that product and see how we finalize this slider, whether they should be coming in the database. And then after, we shall master our homepage. Shall master this homepage. See that all this data, it is coming from what? From the database. And we shall do it in the next lecture. All right, thank you for watching. Goodbye. See you in the next lecture.